Hello everybody, welcome back. My name is Ian Chiquino. I'm going to cast one of my very own games again today on Jungle Basin, TVZ. My opponent is Zerg. And so we'll see what kind of crazy stuff goes in this game. Now last game I was telling you about how I love the wall off at the bottom of my ramp against Zerg. And I of course completely mess up. Oh wow, I'm on 2x speed. So let me talk about that for a second. You can see my opponent is 12 drone rushing me. Actually, does that 10? Actually, it's 12. There's one up here and one away up here. But I was telling you last game, let's pause this for a second. I was telling you the last game, if you watched the previous one I casted, about how I love the wall off at the bottom of my ramp with the barracks and a supply depot. And you're like, maybe asking, well, Eon, why aren't you doing that? Or did you forget? And I'm like, no, I actually forgot to pull my SCV off to make my supply depot. Until it was like at 80 minerals, so I only got this far before I made 100. Before I got 100 minerals, and I've made my supply depot because I don't want to have a late barracks. But what I was saying is, if you're smart and not stupid like me, you could get your, you can build your supply depot, and you can see my barracks would have already had 300 HP on it, and it would have been down here. My supply depot would have been finished down here. This would have been a complete wall off. And this 12 drone rush would have failed from the get-go. I mean, I would have came down here, brought 4 or 5 SCVs, repaired like crazy, and anytime he killed my one SCV building it, I would just brought another SCV to finish it, and it would eventually finished, and I would have repaired it, and it would have been game over. I would have won from there, but unfortunately, I messed up at the beginning, and this is what happens. So, I'm trying to build this. I'm going for a wall off a little bit late, and I see the, actually, let me go to my vision. I'm just now scouting because I sent my semi-scout out a little bit late, actually. About 50% is when I send it out. But I see, oh, right, 12 drone rush. So here's what you do. You pull every single one of your workers. Actually, forget to pull this one. And you just try to micro. And it just turns to a micro fight. And actually, I see him pull away. So that gives me a chance like, okay, I need to go up and repair. Mouse repair. Pull these guys back. Bring these guys in from the front who just got repaired and kind of A-move in. Oh, I gotta hide that for a second. Oh man, it's ruining all this awesome action. So anyway, there's this fight going on. Drones, SCVs, 2 on 2, and I got 2 left here mining, and 2 on 2 and pulling these guys back. He's actually one down here. I left one down there, and he's gonna pick off this guy. Oh no, horrible micro by myself. I got 3 on 2, and at this point I'm feeling pretty confident. I'm like, oh cool, 3 SCVs versus 2 drones. He's probably only had 1 guy mining this entire time. I got my barracks halfway finished. I'm going to be doing great here. He's going to have to sacrifice a drone to make a spawning pool, so that'll help me even more. I pulled this guy off building that barracks, going to surround on that 1 drone, pick him off, and that was just an epic SCV versus drone fight, straight up and down. You haven't seen anything crazier than that SCV drone fight. But man, that was a crazy game. But you saw there at the beginning how I went for that. Like I was just basically attack moving in and just try to micro back the little ones, the ones with the lowest amount of HP. But I saw the second he pulled his units away to try and get a better concave, I just mass repair. Just turn on repair, boom, all your SCVs do the little circle jerk on each other, repair each other. That just, it's like 100 HP, like boom, 100 HP because they repair 5 a second. So if everybody's repairing somebody else, it's like HP. And you coming forward, then if he like gives you a second to repair, you just mass repair. And then going for the attack, and I micro the weak ones to the back, and just A-moved back in there. That was basically how I won that fight, or actually not how I won it, but how I survived it, because he had more workers there than I did in that fight. So that was a pretty close fight. So now we got a scenario where we're kind of back to square one. We check the worker count, 7 to 6, so it's, I mean, really close. The only benefit is I've got this this barracks finished, and I'm going to make a marine, and I'm going to go on the offensive. Now, I finished this refinery. I should have, I don't know if I probably was too busy dealing with the 12 drones to realize I should have canceled the refinery right then and brought that SCV to come help with the attack. But anyways, a little bit of a mistake there by my part. But to be honest, like, I've only encountered this strategy twice on ladder, and I play a lot of games on ladder. I'm like 2300 Terran. But I basically want to contain my opponent. So, and I know he doesn't have a spawning pool, so I'm figuring, okay, I'm going to throw up a bunker at the entrance and put some marines in there and try to bunker push into his base, force him to make spine crawlers, and he actually scouts that with his overlord, and he does a smart thing, pulls some drones to try and cancel this. But I'm going to just pull out some micro here and pull some marine and SCV and try to do a 4-on-1 and just try to make him, you know, pull, because considering how many units he's got, like how many workers he has, he's only got, what, like 8 workers. The fact that he's pulling 50% of them off mining, even if I don't kill anything, this is dealing damage to him. and I'm just trying to micro this SCV away and get some kills on his drones, because 1 kill is 1/8 of his economy. It's huge, and I tried to finish the repair there, but I should have just went back in there and finished it. Unfortunately, I didn't, but I lose an SCV. He loses 1 drone and an enormous amount of mining time. Here he comes back to kill off my Marine. Okay, whatever. But I've got reinforcements coming again, another Marine coming, streaming out 2 more SCVs to make sure it finishes this time. I should have sent 2 from the get-go, but I want to get this finished, because if I can force him to make 3 or 4 spine crawlers just out of reaction, all I'm going to do is I'm going to get my Marines out of my bunkers, sell all my bunkers, and then he's behind in drones, he's behind in money, and he wasted all that money on spine crawlers. That's not going to help him, because I'm planning on teching the Banshees anyway. I'm just going to stick on one base, go to Banshees, and I'm bringing this SCV up, and I actually wasn't paying attention, lose that, and I just need to get like 2 more seconds to build on there. Boom, it's done, it's up, and now these drones aren't going to be able to do anything, and I can slow push into his base. And you can already see he already spent 150 minerals, actually just 100 for the spine crawler, but 50 for the drone, and he's lost a lot of mining time. So whenever, like, the game, this is a really odd entry for a game, just because, you know, we had that whole exchange at the beginning, and we started out with like 3 to 4 workers each, so it was really crazy. So I'm just trying to hurt my opponent's economy as much as possible while doing the least amount of damage to mine. And I'm just kind of slow pushing in here with this bunker, and he's made a bunch of Zerglings that he really didn't need to, because if this one spine crawler, I mean, I'm only applying like 3 or 4 Marines to this, and he's actually going to start pushing up a little bit closer. That will be in range of this bunker, so I'm going to have to sell that. But I think I start moving my bunkers down around here to try and get a concave and to stop him from expanding down here at the bottom. And I pull out the peak, and I see he is in vision of that. He's in range, so I'm going to have to pull back and sell that and build another bunker down here. And he's even building another spine crawler, definitely over compensating for this attack. I've only got 4 Marines, and actually pulled these guys out to deal with this just because I want to get this bunker up. And I actually do not even pay attention to this, lose that. Huge mistake on my part. But I think I built a little bit closer this time, so it's in range of those Marines. But there we go, a little bit closer. And I'm upgrading to a tech lab, getting my second refinery up just because I want to get enough gas to make some Banshees, because I know he's been stuck on one base. I know he spent a lot of money on making Zerglings, spine crawlers, and stuff that he really didn't need to make, in my opinion. So he finally gets that queen up and going. He's making some larvae, getting some gas, and he's kind of in a tough pickle. He's trapped in his base. He really doesn't have an option to expand at this point. But yeah, so basically I'm just containing him, and I'm actually scouting with this Marine. I saw this Overlord sneaking around my base, and I'm like, oh cool, free Overlord kill. I mean, this game is still super early in retrospect, just because of the food count. 25 food for him, and 25 food for me. So killing an Overlord this early in the game, you know, relatively speaking, is enormous. So 1 Overlord kill was great for me. So he supply blocked, huge supply block going on, and it looked like he was building up a huge Zergling force to try and swarm my bunkers. So yeah, doing that. I'm really surprised he hasn't used his queen to put a creep tumor out, spread his creep a little bit, push up these spine crawlers, and actually make use of them. Because right now they're they're defensive, and he really needs them to be offensive. And he comes in here for an attack, and this is a horrible mistake on his part, because I mean, he's losing ridiculous amounts of Zerglings at this point. And watch this, I'm just going to transfer 2 Marines down here, and he lost like over half of his amount of Zerglings. I lost a bunker and 2 Marines. So that's a great trade for me. He lost so many units, and I'm just teching like crazy. I'm up here doing fine. I'm all happy with smiles and stuff in my base. Should be a big smiley face in my base right now. I'm just such a good mood. And here's where the friendly face comes. I want to build this awesome Banshee. I'm like, cool, a Banshee. That thing is amazing. It can shoot queens and kill them one-on-one. And I supply block myself like an idiot. So this Banshee is not coming out anytime soon. So that was a big frowny face, and I actually could have thrown down a extra supplies called down, but oh well. Make mistakes. I was really too busy trying to focus on the front here, and I rebuild this bunker. Finally, he goes with the creep tumor push out and uses these spine crawlers. But he could have done this ahead of time. He could have pushed out the spine crawlers, used them to kill my bunkers, because the spine crawlers do have 7 range Marines, and the bunkers only have 6. So he's actually trying to kill my Hellion. That Hellion's got 7 kills there, and he's going for a counterattack. He's actually catching a bunch of my Marines in transit, so he really rapes me right there. But I've got a huge wall off with some really high HP buildings, so he's not going to get in there anytime soon. And as soon as this Banshee comes out, I'm just going to fly straight to his base, focus his queen, and that's pretty much going to be GG unless he makes a new queen. But what I was saying is earlier is instead of suiciding all of those Zerglings to my bunkers and just wasting so many Zerglings, he could have just thrown in a creep tumor, spread the creep, used the 2 spawn colors he already had, kill my bunkers, clean them out, and then attacked with twice as many Zerglings to my main. And maybe with a Baneling Nest or something, he could have done some damage, but just really inefficient use of Zerglings. And here comes the Banshee. The Banshee's in a one-on-one. Who's going to win? A Queen who's not attacking or a Banshee? My bet's on the Banshee. But, yeah, let's see. The Queen's going to die. And he finally gets to that Evolution Chamber, so I guess he scouted it. Well, I guess he didn't scout it. I'm not quite sure why he made an Evolution Chamber. But anyway, second Queen pops out just in the nick of time. He throws down 2 Spore Crawlers. And I'm just going to use this Banshee, run back home, keep it alive. Keep your Banshees alive. Don't try and be fancy, come back around and pick off a drone. Just play it safe, follow the Banshee back, go back home, get the repairs, and rally your next one up here and get some kills. So, very close. I almost ended it right there, but he got that second Banshee out. And I'm just producing Cloak because I know he's not going to have vision anytime soon. So until he gets Lair, I'm going to have free reign of his base, except for where the drone line is, so I can pick off spawning pools, I can pick off drones, Zerglings, and Spore Crawlers. So now he's got 2 Queens out, and I'm actually looking to expand. I've got a bunch of minerals up there because I was macroing badly. Me and my bad macro. Definitely my worst aspect of my game. And I've had an SCV in his base this whole time. Actually, it wasn't the whole time. It's since he killed these bunkers, I ran this SCV down here, and I've just kind of been using this as a... actually, and he just leaves. Why is that? Because I got Cloak Banshees, and I'm going to kill a spawning pool. So, abrupt ending there. Sorry about that. I was too busy talking about this cool SCV. But anyway, yeah, just a little bit of a weird game. We had that 12 drone rush, and I was showing you how to micro against that. But hope you enjoyed this game. Hope you enjoyed watching it. And I'll cast some more of my games later, so check out my channel.